So you say you want to be the son of Poseidon
Or daughter.
and live in a coastal city in Ventura County. We're going to compare the only 3 cities in Ventura County: Port Hueneme, Oxnard, and Ventura.
We're not going to go into the nitty-gritty of it all, because then you guys would be with us forever. And even though you like our company and everything, it just might be a little too long.
Yeah.
But we are going to kind of skim over everything and tell you these great pros.
Let's talk about the beaches first. Port Hueneme is going to be the most laid-back, quietest beach area. It's not a tourist destination.
Oh, but they do have a wonderful beach with a pier where people can go fishing, and they don't allow dogs on the beach, and so there's a walkway that you can walk your dogs around.
A big deal there is the pay parking, so that's a limiting factor for a lot of people. Don't want to go down there and pay for parking.
Correct, but there is a really nice seafood restaurant where you can sit back and eat and have a great view.
Then we're moving up northwest. The next beach we got is the Silver Strand Beach in Oxnard.
That is the most happening beach in Oxnard, which most of the beaches are pretty calm here, so it's not saying much when you're comparing it to like LA or anything, but still is really happening here.
Yeah, it's going to be the most crowded. It's a popular local hangout. There's a lifeguard tower, there's restrooms and a shower.
And people go there and play their music and go surfing and bodyboarding.
The swim beach is right next door there in the Channel Islands Harbor as well. It's super popular, great spot.
It's so popular that the sills have taken it over. And so if you want to go swimming there, you can't, because that just wouldn't work with you swimming with the sills. They can get aggressive.
The next beach up is Hollywood Beach. Hollywood Beach has a beautiful secluded cove there. Great for swimming, launch your paddleboard, your kayak. People go dog walking there, often with their dogs off leash.
Yeah, and even though Oxnard doesn't have a pier, in that section they have these large rocky stretches out of the harbor area that people go fishing.
Yeah. The Rudder Room backs right up to the beach. That's going to be your only beachside bar hangout place, and there's volleyball courts there and picnic benches where you can hang out, have your drink, and enjoy the view. You
can take a chair over and kind of drink and watch the boats passing and the ocean. It's really
super
fun.
Popular. Yeah. There's beautiful sand dunes there. You can walk from there northwest all the way to Oxnard Shores State Beach Park.
It's a wonderful, large, grassy area that you have volleyball and bathrooms and picnic area and playground and
yoga.
Yoga, yeah. and people practicing their paragliding and soccer. And just every time you come to this area, there is stuff going on.
And it's handicap accessible. There's a wonderful boardwalk that'll go wrap around onto the beach.
The only negative is that it is paid parking in that area.
There is one free parking lot not too far from that beach park, though.
Which has a nice little walkway.
That you can walk over to the State Beach Park. That's probably more than you want to know, though.
But you do want to know, because you want the insider tips, and that's why you're watching us.
Yeah. Then as you're heading northwest, you get to Neptune Square Park.
And we love that park because they have a small little play structure, and what you see is people climbing on the structure and looking out and seeing if it's a good time to go surfing. What's just really nice is when you live that close to the beach, you have that luxury.
Yeah, that's kind of a hidden little park too. It's really cool. You can park there right along the beach and see the ocean and hear the waves, and there's just not a whole ton of people going over there.
One of the reasons that Oxnard Shores and Hollywood Beach are so calm and quiet is because they're so far away from the highway that it's really not a destined spot like Ventura is.
And these areas aren't really known for their waves here. There's still a lot of people who do surf here, but more people are going to be heading up to Ventura for the waves there. Then the next major park area we have is in Ventura. It's Marina Park, which is another large grassy park area with volleyball and barbecue and access right on the beach.
And yoga also. And what's nice about that area is on work days and not during the summer, they have free parking. Yeah, before you get there though, you're gonna have to stop by the Harbor Cove Beach area, because that is exceptional swim beach in all of the county.
And there are several popular surf spots as well.
Well, there are rules in Oxnard and Ventura for when you have your dogs on the beach and everything. People don't always follow that rule, so your heads
There's
up.
a lot of dogs on the beach off leash. Another key factor between all the three as well is beach parking. You're going to have more free beach parking and access in Oxnard.
Moving further northwest, you're going to have Surfers Point.
Right. That is the most popular people watching hangout area. It's not just about surfing and ocean stuff. There's the boardwalk there and the pier. There's restaurants. There's bars. You can hang out. There's kite surfing too on windier days, and it is fantastic.
And it's right next to the fairgrounds also, so you have a lot of parking in that area.
Yeah, and then you can walk to downtown Ventura. So I mean, there's you can walk there.
Yeah, they have tons of festivals there too. Right now, as we're filming, they have the Strawberry Festival going on. It's the first year that I moved from Oxnard over to Ventura, and people are a little upset because it is so packed and you can't get through the city right now.
If you want more people, you're just essentially going to keep moving north, right?
Yes.
It's going to be the slowest and most low-key down in Port Hueneme, a little bit busier, but not much in Oxnard. You can still be super alone. And then as you get up to Ventura, bam.
Yeah, it is a destination spot.
Yeah.
People know Ventura.
Yeah, and it's right off the Highway 101, so it's going to be way easier for a lot more people coming up there.
Right, and because Ventura has 3 major highways, you're going to be able to get to places easier than Oxnard and definitely than Port Hueneme. And Oxnard, the northern part of Oxnard is going to be closer to the highway, so it's easier accessible, but other parts of Oxnard, you're gonna have to add like 10 to 15 minutes. Yeah, then you have Port Hueneme, which is just far away from everything. But it has easier access to Highway 1, which is just an absolute spectacular panoramic views of the ocean and of the mountains. It's about 40 minutes to get to Malibu.
And then as you're moving northwest out of Ventura up towards Carpinteria, you have one beautiful beach after the next, and it can get a little bit quieter as you progressively go further. You have fantastic surf spots at Emma Woods State Beach, Solomar, Mondo's, and Rincon State Beach Park.
How could you forget that? That's like,
I can't, yeah.
We have decided that going to win this big award from us of just the most beautiful, wonderful beach right there.
It's so gorgeous.
Yeah.
And another advantage to that strip there's a fantastic trail where you bike all the way up the beach for miles and miles all the way to Rincon State Beach, and also park right along the ocean there on this frontage road where you can just hang out in your car and listen to the waves. You're really close to the ocean. It's really nice.
Yeah. If you were comparing which we are, comparing the 3 cities, Ventura would win for most bike friendly. They have tons of different trails going up all the way up to Ojai, going up to Rincon Beach, just anywhere. They have a map that you can go to our website and we'll have it listed there that just shows you where all of the trails are in Ventura.
Next up, harbors. Let's move south this time.
Yay, harbors! So,
starting with Ventura Harbor, it's amazing for all types of boating, kayaking, paddleboarding, whale watching tours out of there, and also trips to the Channel Islands.
It's a destination spot where people like to go and hang out for the day because of the restaurants and everything. You can make your own chocolate, and you can just cross over the street and you're at the Harbor Cove Beach. So people tend to make a whole day of it when they go there.
It's a very social spot. There's tons of hangouts there in the harbor, and
yeah, free parking. And Harbor Cove Beach also has free parking, and so there's a plethora of parking.
And actually, it's the highest liveaboard boat community there. We had a friend who lived there in that community for a while, and he said that's a very friendly community.
Whereas Oxnard has the Channel Islands Harbor, and there are some restaurants there and some shopping, but it's not like a destination per se spot. Well, actually, no, if you live in Oxnard, it's a destination spot.
Yeah.
They have the farmers market there too. It's fun. Also, the harbor in Ventura and in Oxnard, they each have a trail that follow. Look at the boats as you're walking.
The Channel Islands Harbor is a much larger area that also hooks up to a canals area where there's lots of dock homes, canal condos, and there's lots of shopping in that area. And you have all the same boating activities with your kayaking, your paddleboarding, your whale watching tours, fishing tours, and trips to the Channel Islands. Port Hueneme is more known. It's an international port for shipping, and it's also a naval base.
Right, so you're not going to want to take your paddleboard in there. Oxnard's Channel Islands Harbor has a farmer's market once a week, and you're looking at about 50-50 with the tchotchkes and the produce. And then Oxnard also has another farmer's market downtown, which is really fun because they have the like taco trucks and different kind of little food trucks coming around, and seating areas, and you can buy food and just kind of hang out together. It's nice.
There's two farmers markets in Ventura. There's one right off of the pedestrian mall. It's super fun, right next to the Mission San Buenaventura.
And they have some organic produce in that one.
Right.
Then there's also one in Midtown once a week. But the big event that you want to go to is on the weekends over at the community college. It is not like a flea market or a farmer's market. It's a mixture of everything, and they call it the marketplace, and you have like 300 vendors there, and it gets really busy, but you're just there and you're buying like flowers and clothing and produce, and it is happening. Try to find some parking there. It is hard. Oh, and Port Hueneme doesn't have their own farmers market. They tend to travel down to the Channel Islands farmers market.
Right, if you're living in Port Hueneme and you want to shop, there's not going to be as many options. They have some strip malls there. A huge advantage for Oxnard is they have the Collection Shopping Center,
which has a Whole Foods.
Has a Whole Foods, all types of national chain stores, and that's going to be destination shopping for people from all over.
So while Oxnard has the collections, and they also have a downtown area with a lot of different restaurants and
locally owned shops and restaurants.
Yeah. So the downtown in Oxnard is more like a fireworks. So you have like it was lit in the middle, and then it goes boom, and their shops and everything are spread out. Yeah. Whereas then you have Ventura.
There is just a ton of locally owned stores and places to shop and eat and hang out. The outdoor pedestrian mall is really cool because there's not going to be traffic there. You can eat outside of the restaurant in the pedestrian mall area.
Lots of free parking up there.
Yeah, lots of free parking. It's dog friendly, which we like.
Yeah, and then if you go over the west side, there's lots of family-owned restaurants there too. And then if you go on Main Street, there's a lot of restaurants there also. And then you have the mall. And out of all three, it's the only one that really has a mall. And while Oxnard is really trying to become more of a destination spot, it's just more laid back. You have Ventura kind of is the crossroad where you have the more laid back near the coast, and then you cross over that and it becomes more of the happening suburban area.
A lot more traffic.
And then if you're going to Port Hueneme, Bart likes to call it the...
Port Hueneme is the cul-de-sac of Ventura County, in a good way though. That's why some people really love living there, is because it's quieter, right? Because it's not accessible to Highway 101. It's not accessible to major highways. You're not living there because it's an easy place to commute from, because it's not. Okay, your people are loving it because it's quieter and
it's cheaper.
For a comparable house, it's anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000 less in Port Hueneme as compared to Oxnard and Ventura. There may not be quite as much of a diversity in the types of homes there and neighborhoods. It feels a little bit more cookie cutter. It is very beautiful there still though, but then as you move up to Oxnard, you're going to have more diversity in homes, and anywhere ranging from historic homes.
Downtown.
Yeah, downtown. There's newer developments over like
at the Collections, River Park.
Yeah, in that area. Yeah. Tract homes ranging from the 50s all the way up into the 2000s. And then you have your beach community areas.
Right, and dock homes. So those are a little more eclectic also, especially the dock homes.
And then as you head up to Ventura, you're going to have even more diversity in the architecture and style of homes.
Yes, and it's more spread out, whereas in Oxnard, you're looking at the most diverse homes by the coastal line and downtown, whereas in Ventura, it's diverse homes all the way through until you hit farther on the east side, and then it becomes suburban center.
Ventura has some very distinct neighborhoods. So you have the west side where you're going to have some older historic homes. You have newer developments over there. The downtown is going to have very historic homes, but also new construction and condos.
And watch our videos. We really go into depth on that.
Yeah.
The difference in Oxnard is that you usually talk about what quadrant you live in, unless it's a distinct neighborhood, such as I live in Silver Strand or I live in Marina West. Whereas in Port Hueneme, it's just 5 miles. So you go, I live in Port Hueneme. And it's more like, I live in Port Hueneme, just 2 blocks from the beach.
Yeah.
I live in Port Hueneme, just 5 blocks from the beach.
Yeah.
So that's
everyone's
more
close to the beach.
Yeah.
There, so it's awesome.
The lifestyle is a little different too. If you're wanting to do some hiking, then it's Ventura. Also the botanical gardens, and you're looking at...
There's just a diversity of parks there. There's at least 48 parks. There's great hiking at Arroyo Verde Park. The botanical gardens are just spectacular, and that's hiking gardens as well.
And Sarah Cross, where you can see the whole city, and they have a historic walking trail that you can go on too, whereas Oxnard doesn't have as many historical sites, and Port Hueneme only has its lighthouse as a historical site.
Right. And another lifestyle advantage for Ventura is your accessibility to the mountains there. Driving up to Ojai is going to be a lot easier, just getting up to all that the mountains has to offer from there.
Oxnard does have a lot of different museums, like auto museums and marine museums, and they have and festivals. You're gonna have a lot of festivals in both Ventura and in all 3. You're gonna have a lot of festivals in all 3. The things we love most about these 3 cities is, for Ventura, when we want a happening place, like outdoor activities and going hiking and going out and sitting and eating yummy food, then we love to be at Ventura.
The thing we love about Oxnard is its big, long, wide, beautiful beaches, just for going for long walks and just really enjoying the ocean environment.
And you'll never guess that from all the videos we've done talking about that, but yeah.
And our dogs choose that option too, because they love it.
Yeah.
Port Hueneme has like a Margaritaville feel to it, where you're just so far removed from everything. It just feels like a really special place and community where it's just gonna be chill. The best way to decide for yourself which one's for you is come see us, and we'll take you on a tour, a guided tour, and you'll get a really great feel for the area, and we'll give you way more information.
So shoot us an email, give us a call, or we can go on a tour with you and take you out.
Yeah.
We look forward to hearing from you.
Yeah.